Greek chicken, one-pan dinner, easy and healthy. Hi everyone, welcome to Viva la Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Greek chicken one-pan or one-tray dinner. This is a classic in a lot of the Greek areas, also in Cyprus. Thankfully, a few years ago, I actually lived in London and my roommates were from Greece and Cyprus, and this was always a must, at least once a week, because it was just so easy to make. And so let's see what those ingredients are. So as you can see, the dish is very easy. It basically will consist of the chicken. Today we're going to be using chicken thighs, boneless, and you're also going to have different vegetables. In this case, I have some carrots, some bell peppers, some potatoes, onion, garlic, and tomato. But it can be done many different ways, because if you don't have carrots or bell peppers, it's going to taste just as fine. The secret ingredient, however, is the olive. So we have to make sure we've got some olives. If you don't have green olives, you can use just black olives, but that's what's going to give it that nice Greek taste, as well as a little bit of the lemon. And so we're going to go ahead and mix this all in to give that chicken a nice vibrant taste. So as we mix the chicken in, the first thing I like to do is make sure you have the chicken and you get it seasoned, because the chicken, you want to make sure it has a nice flavor, nice taste. And for this dinner, as you can see, we're only using one tray. So it's really convenient, because if you come home from work or you're having a lazy day and you don't want to do too much cooking, it's very simple. You just throw it into that tray and you're going to put it into the oven. So here we have the chicken thighs. We're going to put those right in. And we're going to go ahead and put in some salt. A little bit of thyme. A little bit of oregano. We're going to do a little bit of pepper, ground pepper. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and throw in all of our different vegetables. So we've got some carrots. Always recommend to cut them as kind of thin as you can, just so that way it can accelerate the cooking, because the chicken bake is actually going to be in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. So in that same time, we want to make sure your carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, olives, everything's cooking together. So we're going to go ahead and put those right in. Very important ingredient is garlic. And some chopped onion. It could be red onion, white onion, yellow onion. Today we're using a variation of yellow and white onion. And some potato. Again, same concept as we said with the carrots. Make sure they're somewhat thin, so that way it's easier to cook. The thicker the potato, the longer it's going to take to cook. Some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Last but not least, some bell peppers. And so we're going to want to go ahead and throw in some olive oil. Olive oil is going to give it that nice rich taste. So be generous with the olive oil. In this case, we want to make sure everything's cooked nice and evenly. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mix everything right in. And as we mix it in, I kind of brought the chicken breast a little bit more forward, just because in the end we're gonna want to squeeze a little bit of lemon and throw that lemon right on top of the chicken. And kind of just cut them up in little wedges just so that way it's easier to cook and give a nice little taste to the chicken. Okay, and then last but not least, we're gonna wanna throw in some olives. Give it one final mix, maybe a little bit more olive oil. And last but not least, if you have paprika, this is definitely optional, but today I'm gonna throw a little bit into the chicken. And as you can see, it looks really good. So, you know, like they say in Greek, it's pantakala, everything is looking good, so. So we've patted it down, we've got our olives, everything's ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the oven, 350 for 25 minutes. So as we have our chicken and our vegetables baking in that one tray in the oven, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little extra addition. This is definitely optional. I know some of you might be dairy free or you don't like dairy, which is, again, the dish is just as great without. But for those of you who do, this is a great addition to make a little tzatziki sauce to put on top of the chicken. And so I'm gonna show you how to make it. It's very simple. Essentially, you're just gonna need a couple of ingredients. These ingredients is basically a Greek yogurt, a plain yogurt, a little bit of lemon, olive oil, some garlic, and some cucumber. And so the first thing is what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little piece of a cucumber and you're just gonna grate it up, similar to how you grate the cheese when you're shredding cheese. Same exact process, and so that's what you're gonna do with the cucumber. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some lemon. It's very important to have some garlic. I just basically, it was just one clove and I just chopped it up very finely, but if you wanted to also grate it, that's a different option that you can do as well. Throw that in. And you're also gonna wanna throw in some dill. If you have fresh dill works better, or even some fresh mint. Today I don't have any fresh dill, but I have some dried dill, so I'm gonna use some dried dill. All right, and last but not least, we're gonna get some of the yogurt combined with the cucumber mix, and then a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit. I'm just gonna mix it right in. There you are, a nice, fresh, homemade, quick, healthy, and easy tzatziki sauce that we're gonna throw on top of that chicken. So let's go ahead and let that chicken cook for the remaining 20 minutes, and we're gonna get back to it in 20 minutes. So there you have it. We have it nice and ready to go. And it smells absolutely delicious, polikala, as they would say in Greek. And basically, I just wanted to let you know, so when we put it in the oven, it's good to get it mixed in a very deep tray, but if you don't have a deep tray, you can also use a baking sheet. It was about 20 minutes within the cooking, and I noticed that the chicken wasn't cooking right, and so I transferred that tray onto a bigger baking sheet. And so if you have a baking sheet at home, you might want to try putting it directly on the baking sheet, but maybe mixing it in a deeper tray just to make sure the juices are spread evenly. And so I just thought I would let you know this dish ended up cooking with an additional 20 more minutes. But again, it depends also on your oven. So just bear in mind that it might take a little bit longer, but of course you always want to keep an eye check it out to make sure the chicken is cooked and everything else is cooking, properly. So as you can see, it's ready to go, and an addition, a very good addition, is the tzatziki. Again, this is very optional, but there you have it. It's a very simple, easy dish to make at home. Again, you come home from work or you're tired and you don't really want to do much cooking, just throw it all in together in the oven, let the oven cook and get those juices penetrated, and enjoy a Greek chicken bake. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give it a like, ring that bell, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching and enjoy!